Hi!
Hi!
How is everybody? That was very high pitched.
Yeah, it was a little bit.
Yeah. I'll apologise ahead of time because I'm eating dinner, so you might hear stuff.
Well, I was eating tea last time, I think. I was having a sandwich.
Oh, yeah, you were. Yeah.
Chowing down on the sandwich.
So, as usual, we start with deaths. As usual,
There's
also...
two, isn't there, really?
Well, there's 4 incidents. Well, 3 deaths and 1 incident.
One possible death.
Obviously, we'll start with the most recent, I guess, which is the Vegas shooting.
Yeah, fucking hell. Yeah, just the fact that it's just some absolute nutter with no history whatsoever.
Yeah, they're already going into conspiracy theories and all this kind of stuff.
But at the end of the day, it's... In a weird way, it's kind of a solace that it isn't anything connected to ISIS or all that, because it's like, it's getting... With them, if it was another one for
these days, when that kind of stuff happens, you just
presume.
Yeah, you just presume it is. So, yeah, you're literally waiting for them to say it's terrorists.
Because if it was them again, it'd be like, right, this is really getting out of hand. But the fact that it's still horrible, but it just turned out to be a complete nutjob. But, yeah...
It makes the world a scary place.
Yeah, I mean, there's not really much to say.
Not really much to say. It's just it's fucking horrific, and I feel terrible for the people that are there.
Yeah, and
involved in any way.
Well, it's always again. Everyone says this about any tragedy like this, but thank God it weren't more. You just got to keep thinking that, because the amount of bullets he had and weapons in the room, it should have been more than 50. But obviously, with luck and medics and people helping out. We kept the number to, well, some sort of minimum. 50 is still too many. Yeah. 1's too many, personally. But
exactly.
What the deaths you know?
Hefner.
Hugh Hefner.
Hugh died.
Permanently stiff. There you go.
So, probably died with a girl on his balls. Right?
Yeah, but... I mean,
he's 91. It's a good age.
Yeah, but there's no way he's in a better place. I can guarantee you that. I guarantee you that.
No. And then, obviously, Tom Petty...
Yes, Tom Petty. Now, I wasn't really a big fan.
I mean, he's not someone I listen to on a regular basis, but I know who he is and I know that he's important, and a lot of people hold him in high esteem.
Oh, yeah, he did a lot for the music industry. Sorry.
It was cardiac arrest, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Yeah, cardiac arrest.
I knew there was reports, and then it was like, no, he's not dead yet, he's just in critical condition, and then, yeah, he's dead. And then Bobby the Brain Heenan, the wrestling legend. There was another wrestler, the last legend, who, unfortunately, his name escapes me. He was like an announcer from the really old ages, or like WCW or something. Bobby Heenan was pretty much he made managers relevant and
made them fun.
He's everyone calls him the greatest manager of all time. I will say he's the greatest manager of the 20th century, because personally, for the greatest of all time in the 21st century is Paul Heyman. Yeah. But if you look at this is a compliment to both. If you cross Bobby Heenan with Roddy Piper, you get Paul Heyman. So, and I think Heyman would find that agreeable and be honoured that that Bobby have that class of Bobby Heenan in him, because Heenan just, again with what Heyman does now, you put Heyman with anyone, 90% of the time they're going to make it. This is how Revive Act didn't really work.
No.
But Heenan was the same. You put him with... Andre didn't need the help, but he made him bigger. And then I think he was with Randy Savage at one point. All these massive names. And he was just... He got away with murder. The stuff he used to say. Like, some fat woman, and he's like, what do you do? It's like, I'm a weightlifter. Typical quarter pounder, or your cheeseburgers? Just calling her a fat fuck. Just I like that. So yeah, he's another tribute.
Yeah, so it's quite a lot.
Yeah, unfortunately, but we'll get on with the happy stuff.
Yeah, let's move on to happier stuff.
Or the leafy stuff.
Oh, the Punisher trailer.
I saw it.
Fuck me, how good!
As soon as I saw it, I just thought, yeah, Adam's going to be digging this, because it's like crossing Marvel over with Metallica.
Yeah, but it's not even the fact that it was Metallica, it's how brilliantly it was used.
Well, it just syncs perfectly.
Yeah,
even with the guns.
The gunfire, the locking and loading, they spread that track over that trailer so perfectly. It was really, really well built. I said it on my review of it, I said it's probably one of the best trailers I've seen this year.
Yeah.
It's really, really well built.
And everyone was excited for the Punisher anyway. It's already been claimed as probably, in everything Marvel's done in MCU universe, TV, whatever, probably the most violent thing that's been done. But it just it gave you that. Sometimes you excite yourself with what you hope it's going to be.
Overhype it.
But this was like, no, this is exactly what I wanted it to be.
It's exactly what I wanted.
So, especially when he's like, tell me about the man who killed my family. He's like, I know nothing. Fair enough. Just all right, I've got to interrogate him. Just like, if you're not going to play ball, I'll shoot you in the fucking skull.
I also quite like this. I said it on my review as well. The slight callback when he says, "I'll team up with you on one condition. I'm going to kill them all." When he goes, "Yeah, I can live with that." It's a nice little callback to him and Daredevil, where clearly Daredevil's like, "You can't kill people," and he's like, "Fuck you, I'm killing everyone."
Yeah.
It's that nice little callback. It's just like, look, if this is going to work, you have to understand I'm killing everyone.
I like what was it? I think there was a SWAT team. He's like, shoot on sight. Gladly.
Bang! Just
I mean,
fucking awesome.
I love the film, the first film with John Travolta and stuff, because it kind of kick-started Travolta's career again, because he went into a rut. Then it's weird, because I liked... Was it Thomas Jane who played the Punisher?
I think so,
Yeah. He was great in it as well, but almost overshadowed by Travolta's performance, even though it wasn't really a big part when you think of it. It was all about the Punisher. Warzone was okay, but
really
this is it. They're bringing it back as in like...
Yeah, it's the perfect place to put it. TV show's good. You getting it back with these characters and everything in this kind of area is the right way to do it.
You can connect more because it's not one of those that's got superpowers. It's just a broken man with guns and a background and just vengeance and punishment on his mind.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
Next trailer, Red Dead 2, the official story trailer. Did you see it?
Okay, I got tagged in it by our mutual friend, but I didn't have the heart to put. I haven't played the first one because it just never appealed to me. I don't know why.
I do. Honestly, man, this trailer was amazing.
I mean,
it was so good. I mean, like the graphics alone looking.
I was going to say,
insane.
I expected nothing less because Rockstar just they evolve with everything, whether it be as minute as audio or whatever, but with graphics, with story design, with character design, with the culture.
You really need to try it, man.
I mean, I'll play...
Try and get past the whole Old West stuff, because I know that's not your bag. Get into the fact that it's a Rockstar game, and it's just great.
I mean, I played Gun, and I really enjoyed Gun.
I don't know whether that was Rockstar, though.
No, it wasn't Rockstar.
But it was still, it was a good... I enjoyed it. It's like that, but like 10 times better.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a great game.
I mean, it does look... I should give it a shot because...
if they re-released it, like, with better graphics, I implore you to pick it up.
Yeah, I mean, surely someone... I mean, it might get to the Xbox... I don't know if PlayStation is the same. Xbox does this thing every month where it goes, right, this month, these games will be free to download.
Yeah, they do sometimes.
If Red Dead 1 comes up, or I've heard of Undead Redemption.
I don't know, the Undead Nightmare is literally like a little... DLC. It's a DLC, but it's basically... after about 3/4 of the way through the game... It's like an alternative ending type thing.
Oh, right,
and it's not canon or anything. It's literally just a laugh. It's basically everybody becomes zombies and you kill everyone. But it's literally just a laugh, but it is...
It got really popular,
lots of fun as well.
Yeah, because Call of Duty did that. I think on whatever game it was, they just threw zombies in there as a laugh, and it became so popular they have to throw a zombies thing on every Call of Duty game now.
Yeah.
Still on the subject of Rockstar, the rumours of Bully 2 are becoming stronger. You ever played Bully?
I've dabbled, but I've never played it.
But Bully was amazing.
I've seen some stuff.
I think Bully at the time, because I was talking about... Not Bully to my brother about this, but funnily enough, this is going to go off on a tangent, but it always does.
We're going off on a tangent. Yeah. Tangent number 1 of the night.
We're watching The In-Betweeners, and I was thinking, right, this is so genius to come up with the idea of that. And you frustrates you, like, why has no one ever thought of this before? Of just, not just those 4 characters, but focusing on those last few years of high school. Yeah. Of what it is actually like. There's always the bullshitter, there's always the one that isn't the full ticket, and the one that's always after the girl, but just not as cool as he thinks.
Hopeless romantic.
And the nerd. And obviously, you get those groups, and they could have done, like, the jocks, the geeks, and I goes, no, but these were the guys that were just... in between, they were just there. That they weren't cool.
They existed,
but they weren't.
It's kind of what we were. We weren't in the cool clan, but we weren't in the unpopular clan. We were like a smack bang in the middle.
Yeah, we weren't the bogey eaters or what. No. But yeah, I think that's why I could relate to it. And at the time when Bully was released, I was still at school, so it was like a game that you could relate to. Of like, most well, I'm not going to say most parents, but because most people know what goes on at school and how it is, like what in between is shown. But Bully had the balls to go like, no, this is it. School sucks, especially boarding school. And they had to go like, there's bullies all about, and you either stand up for yourself or you get your ass kicked. So I loved Bully, and if they do a second one, I'll be first in line.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
Fair enough. Also, the Battlefront 2 stuff, they released a clip from the campaign.
Right.
And they also released a trailer with John Boyega basically running down all the extra stuff that you get from the last one. And the amount... I mean, I knew it was going to be better anyway from the trailers I've seen and from the information I found out. But him giving you the rundown of actually how much stuff you get.
I saw a little bit
getting like two-thirds more than what you were getting in the last game.
It was like you're getting not twice as much, but 3 or 4 times as much vehicles, weapons, maps,
heroes, villains.
You get the campaign.
You get multiplayer. You get split screen. You get online. Obviously, you get all this stuff. You get space battles as well, proper space battles.
Do you get the Galactic Conquest back?
Yeah, Galactic Conquest.
Thank God for that. I love Galactic Conquest.
It's literally just like 20 on 20 all-out warfare.
Because the only thing that's missing for me, which they might announce near the time, because when's it released? It's like a month away or something, isn't it?
November, I think.
Yeah. It would be a perfect game to the Xbox PlayStation crossover with.
Oh, God, I really hope that they do that soon because I feel like I'm missing out, and I don't want. I'm not getting an Xbox One because it's too much money and it's not worth it.
Just prepare to get your ass kicked.
Obviously, I'm going to get my ass kicked. But this is the great thing about what they're doing with Battlefront and what they should do with other things. Don't just make it online. Make it offline as well, so you can hone your skills, get yourself better, and then.
There's a lot of people that work better as a group. They just go and go to the places and do it. But it's always better with your mates because it's more of a laugh. And because you're in a group, you can protect each other. You are, even though you might suck, you're guaranteed to last a little bit longer because you've got someone watching your back.
Oh, that reminds me as well. They do hit their heroes and villains again. You know when they where you go to Mos Eisley and you can do that.
Yes,
it's just heroes versus villains, which was me and Luke, my brother. We spent hours doing that. We literally got to the point where we were doing it so much where we literally came up with little hide-and-seek games. So we'd hide somewhere, turn your lightsaber off, and see how long it takes them to find each other. And when you do, you just got to fucking bolt as quickly as possible. If you get caught, you switch.
See, it confused me when they made the first one. Why they didn't look at the original 2 and just take the best bits from that and throw it in
I know
there.
exactly why they didn't do it.
Big time or money?
It's all down to money. It's all down to the fact that we can't give everything away on the first game because we'll do it again on the next game. That's what they're doing. And again, if they do Battlefront 3, they'll do it. They'll probably wait for a few years until after episode 9's come out before they do it. So they've got more content. Again, it's all down to money. I mean, they're not going to bolt all their horses in one go. They're going to slowly let them out the gates.
Was Disney already owned the LucasArts and all that before Battlefront 1 came out?
Yeah.
There you go. There's it. And that's the change there. Like Disney know how to milk something.
Yeah, and this is the reason, again, why I didn't buy Battlefront 1, because I could see quite clearly that the player was getting fucked over with the content that was there. It was an actual insult to be asked to charge that much for what you get.
For anyone thinking, what's he talking about, Disney milking it? It's like, right, they are remaking every Disney film into a live-action thing.
But I'm enjoying them at the moment.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but don't tell me you're milking the cow.
Oh yeah, you're milking like a prize fucking heifer.
It's like, I think Lion King's next up.
Yeah, and
I think Little Mermaid's after that. They just did Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin. So they just go, after one's released, they always like, right, what's next?
Yeah. But they've got a massive arsenal to do it, and it's just like, it's the right time to do it.
Yeah.
So I think, fuck it, why not? But yeah, they're milking it. It's the same thing as what Nintendo do with Mario. You know what I mean? They milk him like a prize heifer because he's the most recognisable character in the world.
Well, if it weren't bad enough that you get like Sunshine Mario, Mario Party, all that stuff, they've released Mario Kart pretty much every 3 years, and it's the same game with better graphics.
But we still buy into it because we're fucking marks, and we know that Mario Kart's a lot of fun.
The only one that was different to me was Double Dash.
Yeah.
I was thinking, at least I mixed it up a little bit here. But yeah, you're going to continue to buy it.
Yeah. Anyway, the Tomb Raider trailer as well for Reboot.
Yes.
Now, I mean, I watched the first Tomb Raider and I thought it was alright. The second one I thought was fucking awful.
Yeah, Cradle of Life is crap.
It's rubbish. So I was like, it's kind of gone for an on tradition that no video game movie is ever any good.
No.
Again, this has got the same kind of whiff of me as it does with the Assassin's Creed film. Trailer-wise, looks great, and it has that potential to... Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah.
but I'm still always very, very worried. The trailer looks great, and I'm thinking they're going for that kind of gritty reboot kind of thing where they've gone what they've done with the games. They've rebooted the games and made it a bit more gritty and everything and real. They've gone with that kind of a feel.
Yeah.
Totally on board with that. I think that's the best way to go for it. But I've still got that thing in the back of my head. It's a video game being adapted to a movie. It's not going to pay off.
I watched the trailer and it was one of those instant, I'll probably wait to put that on DVD kind of things, because...
I've lost hope now. My last hope with video game movies was the Assassin's Creed thing, and then after hearing all the reviews, it's like,
Doom was crap as well.
Yeah.
What I didn't expect from the new Tomb Raider, it was always going to be weird to me anyway, because you remember when they did the Mummy films, and I did the third one where it was like based in Japan and it weren't Imhotep, and
I didn't even watch it.
Well, also the wife was played by somebody else, so it already had that hint of like, this isn't going to work. You changed it too much. And more so for me, because it was a different actress playing Rachel. That always fucks it up for me.
Yeah.
So, in my head now, on the silver
already
screen...
taken out.
Yeah, Lara Croft to me is always going to be Angelina Jolie. What made it better for me is I didn't expect it to be based on the new games, because it's kind of like a prequel now, how she became the Tomb Raider. Which is interesting, but still watching the trailer, I was still like, nah, I'm not entirely sold on this. Me and a mate have always discussed if they ever did a Halo movie or Gears of War. Now, it'd be great, but we'll always have that worry of they're going to fuck it up.
Yeah.
Which might be why
something like Halo has got so much potential to be a great... It could be an easy film trilogy. They've got so much content.
Yeah.
But again, you worry that they're going to fuck it up.
I mean... Maybe that's why they've stood back and go, let's not even risk fucking it up.
Fair enough.
But I've seen so many fan-made ones or like tests where they've been so committed to the detail. Yeah, it's not like... so I suppose it's sort of similar to Lord of the Rings, of like, he didn't have to do the details on the swords, the clothing and stuff, but Percy Jackson, being a huge fan of the book, read every detail, put it to the screen. It's the same with Halo. Some directors might go, "Oh, that'll do for."
Is it Percy Jackson?
Peter Jackson. Percy Jackson's lightning teeth. I knew I'd fuck that up. But yeah, some directors might go, "I know it's a Halo movie, but it's just a gun at the end of the day. Here you go."
Yeah.
In some of the fan-made ones, it's exactly the same detail and design as what's in the game.
The hardcore gaming nerds, that's what you want.
Of course you do. So, I mean, they did that new Star Trek thing on Netflix, didn't they?
Yeah, I've heard about it, yeah.
I couldn't be bothered.
I mean, I'm not a massive Star Trek fan, so not enough to watch it. Anyway.
So, if it was any good, let us know, but we probably won't care.
Comment below.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the next thing as well, I only found this out today as well. Well, I knew the first half of this thing, but I only found out the new bit today. They're doing a Terminator. They're rebooting.
Is it a reboot?
It's a reboot. Apparently, it's a reboot where it's basically a direct follow-on from Terminator 2.
Right.
So it's not Terminator 3, it's just a direct follow-on from Terminator 2. So and the reason that supports this, as I found today, they've cast Linda Hamilton again.
I heard about that. How is it a reboot then when it's technically a sequel?
I don't know. It's just... It's getting ridiculous with some of this shit now. It's really getting ridiculous.
It's even up to the point of...
At least with Marvel and Star Wars... They're just continuing. They're going for the next film. And it's in the same... it's chronological.
Yeah.
But with all this other shit now, it's just like, oh, this one's a prequel, but then this one's a reboot, and then this one might be a soft reboot, but then this one isn't. It's just like, oh, God, just have some continuity.
That's it. I mean, Terminator 1, 2 and 3 were obviously sequels, and Salvation was, but it was almost like, well...
Salvation was shit for me.
Yeah, it was like the beginning of the first one. I didn't see Genesis.
Genesis.
No, whatever.
No, it's called Genesis, but the way it's spelled is Genesis.
Yeah.
I saw it. I watched it on Netflix about 3 months ago.
It's
ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. It's literally, they fucked the timeline up so much. You'll literally have to go, but that happens... But then that happens, then you get...
But how is John here?
And you're literally looking and going, oh my God, my brain is fried. It's like, and I was just about grasping it, knowing all the backlore of Terminator that I know it.
Yeah.
For a casual viewer, you were going, no idea what's going on. And I haven't got a fucking clue.
It's... I mean, now that they're doing this Terminator 6, which is before 3 and right after 2... You're not going to know if it's a prequel or sequel
going on.
or reboot.
But it's the fact that they've got Linda Hamilton cast, so I'm thinking, well, she's old now, isn't she? She's in her 50s.
They would have thrown shit loads.
So I'm thinking it's going to be a lot later after the Terminator 2, and it's going to be something like that, so it'll cancel out number 3, and she won't die of leukemia and she'll still be alive.
Possibly.
That's the only thing I can think of.
I mean, they might just do what... Because they did the Sarah Connor Chronicles as well.
Yeah, they did, yeah.
Which was between 2 and 3, so I'm guessing that's not canon anymore, and it got cancelled anyway. Unless they're going to try and do that story as a film adaptation. But
it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, if they announce, we're cancelling out 3, then fair enough. But if not, it's going to be like, right, so how many Terminators does have to come into this kid's life before he realises, right, we're fucked, you know, or how lucky is he still alive?
I know, right?
You know,
cheating death a lot.
So, and hardly anyone notices it. You know, there's robots of destruction going everywhere. It's like, nah, we sound. Yeah. There's no end of the world.
Well, like 3 of the 4 of the main characters, I'm sure we'll be fine.
Yeah, it's pretty much that. Isn't it? So, next.
Right. Time to go wrestling.
Okay, you got the guitar?
Yeah, okay.
You got the guitar.
He's got the guitar. I've always got the guitar. There's always a stupid guy with a guitar doesn't quite know how to play it.
Elias?
Elias.
Elias, you're Elias.
I'll hold your applause until after I am finished. Wrestling thing.
I thought it'd just go normal.
Yeah, I think I might have been a little bit out of tune.
Well,
fuck it.
Yeah, whatever.
It's live, deal.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was pretty much No Mercy and then a few Raws and Smackdowns, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean...
No Mercy was, for me...
crap.
Well, no, I won't agree with that. It's not crap. It was a good pay-per-view, but there was just some bits in it I was just kind of like, ugh. You know what I mean? The tag team match...
stole the show.
Yeah. Great. Really, really good. Solid.
What was unfortunate for me...
Main event.
Well, just the build-up.
It was ridiculous.
To the whole pay-per-view.
And then it took one F5.
Well, I'm not even talking about that match. I'm talking about the whole pay-per-view. The whole pay-per-view was built up to be... where most of the match card was an epic WrestleMania-worthy encounters. Yeah. And it just all kind of fell flat.
I mean, I think the Cena Reigns match was good, but the problem is I was not... I couldn't get into it too much for one reason. We knew who was going to win. It was so blatantly obvious that Cena was passing the torch.
See, I didn't go in with that frame of mind because I just went in with the first 10 minutes. I was like, right, you're doing. I don't know what they're trying to prove to each other because they were just doing like the wrestling holds and stuff, which is great. It's actual wrestling, but you need to get the crowd involved first, and it just took so long. I think there were boring chants at one point. There was a few good bits. I mean, like, when Roman speared him through the commentator table, he went straight on his head.
Yeah.
Like, Battle's like, right, he could have broke his neck there. It also, the overpowering of how Reigns kicked out of all those AAs.
Yeah, even the one off the top rope.
And then it was 2 roll-up, and I'm just like, not buying this.
I can see what's happening here. They are literally trying to build Lesnar and Reigns as the 2 strongest people, but then to have Reigns have that slight edge so that we believe that he'll beat Lesnar at Mania. And it's just like, we don't believe it, because it's just, we know it's going to happen. It's scripted.
He's not the guy. I just don't get why Vince has this fetish with him. I mean...
Yeah, he's up to a point where he's literally got every main person putting him over.
I mean, maybe it's something to do with the direction Cena's career is going. I don't know.
But I think Cena's earned the part-time thing now.
Yeah.
And I think he's at that point now where if he comes back once, twice a year, that's fine with me. Big match, John comes back and has a match. As long as he doesn't bury new talent, I'm alright.
It kind of made it... Everything that was during that build-up was like... Roman wasn't doing too bad. He was holding his own.
The match was alright. I said the match was
Well, I meant the promos beforehand with the build-up.
Yeah.
Roman was doing right, but Cena was nailing it.
Yeah.
And
but then again, he's a great talker.
But also it's like, you can't argue with any of that. Mm-hmm. And this loss has kind of made it feel like, well, that's all redundant now, what you said. Mm-hmm. So he shouldn't have raised his hand at the end. I'm not saying he should have, like, flipped him off or shrugged it. He should have just, gone, all right, you got me, see ya. The only way I'd be okay with it is if, when Cena returns, he goes, right, I want a rematch at WrestleMania, but I put my career on the line. Which I doubt is going to happen, because The other rumour...
He's a big draw, isn't he? So they want him to be part-time so he can keep coming back every now and then. Whenever they struggle at a pay-per-view, they think, bring John back, get a match.
I mean, I know we're focusing on the last 2 matches here, which we usually do it in order, but...
I mean, the IC match was... The IC match was alright, I suppose.
It was okay, but again... There's not many people behind Jason Jordan yet.
No.
So
I mean, he's getting there. So they're slowly,
getting there.
They're slowly building him, and
the right person.
Putting him with Matt's probably a good idea at the moment.
Well, yeah, because Jeff's out till after WrestleMania.
Yeah, he's injured.
The tag team match. That.
I mean,
it was good anyway. What made it more interesting was Cesaro's accident.
Yeah, the tooth thing. I mean, he pushed his 2 teeth up into his.
Yeah, I know.
I thought he cracked them off.
Yeah, so did I.
And then we got a good look at it. I was like, no, his teeth have actually gone into his gums.
They went 4 inches up into his gums. So, because I was thinking, I saw the amount of blood, and I was just like, what happened? And
you can see in the slow motion,
the replay overjumped it.
Yeah, he overjumped it, but he put his hand out, but he didn't get there in time.
Yeah,
he literally, you could see his teeth hit there, and his hand was there. So he literally was like a couple of inches away from his hand being there, and it wouldn't have been half as bad.
Well, again, this is another praise to it. His hand was straight over his mouth, which is not unordinary. It's like he's selling the move, but it's like no, that he's genuinely hurt. Suddenly, there's just blood pissing out his mouth. I was like, what happened? They showed the replay. I was like, shit. And again, I just thought, he shattered his teeth. Now, I thought, I know they've got that blood policy and all that, but I was thinking, personally, I'd be like, this hurts a little bit, but I can carry on.
Yeah.
When your teeth are gone 4 inches up into your gums, you're going to be in a lot of pain. Yeah. So, kudos to because he was out there another 15 minutes or so.
Yeah, and he took a few more head hits as well.
Yeah, so...
At least 2 or 3.
Oh, man, and apparently he got a standing ovation when he got backstage, and rightly so.
Yeah.
You seen his new shirt?
Oh,
genius!
I was going to mention it. It's fucking... And that's one little bit that makes you think, WWE can have a joke.
Yeah, I mean...
They can have a joke.
I thought they would have gone with the whole toothless aggression thing, but it's too near the Benoit stuff. But, yeah, it was a great match.
Yeah,
what else we have? The women's title match was, again, okay.
It was okay, but in my opinion, the wrong person won. It was Nia's time.
I'm always Alexa.
No, don't get me wrong. I love Alexa Bliss. She is the biggest girl heel in this company at the moment. She just is. She's amazing. I will not deny that. But I want the feud between her and Nia to go on for a bit. But I felt like it was Nia's time. I felt like I was ready to have this big destruction of a woman and no one can take her down. And then maybe you slowly build towards Alexa turning face and taking it back in Mania. She keeps losing out, then a few other people get their goes and keep losing out, and then she goes, I want one more fucking go at you at Mania.
What I'd be happy with, because I don't know what is going on with Sasha at the minute. I think Sasha might need a heel turn, because if you was to get the belt back...
Every single week that I see Sasha and Bayley in the ring together, I'm thinking, is she going to do it? Is she going to turn?
Yeah.
Is she going to do it? And she doesn't do it.
If she was going to win the women's title back, it has got to the point of like, and she feels this way as well in interviews, like, I'm just holding it until the next person's like, it doesn't feel like I'm an actual champion.
Yeah, she's right.
So, what I'd be happy with, I agree Nia needs her time, so maybe at Survivor Series or the December pay-per-view, Nia should win the belt. What I'd be happy with is maybe like I think the Elimination Chamber Raw has in February. Alexa wins it back, but like in a big 6-pack challenge kind of thing. Maybe even the first Women's Chamber. Who knows? Asuka's going to be there at that point. Have Asuka part of it. Actually, no, because it means she'd have to be pinned at some point. All right, mate, scratch that. But anyway, Alexa wins the belt back, and at WrestleMania, it's Bliss Asuka. And then Asuka wins the belt. And I think she should have an impressive reign, but obviously not the undefeated NXT title.
That's the thing, you need to think, when Asuka does eventually get that title, who's going to be the one that dethrones her? The only legitimate person I can see beating her is Nia, because she's bigger than her.
Well, they've already fought in NXT, and Nia got crushed, which is stupid, because Nia should be a giant... They're doing it like they're just a Big Show, because Big Show's now a joke. And he shouldn't be. He's the world's largest
athlete. We don't have a lot of... Well, apart from her and Tamina, we don't have any big women.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, big women.
Yeah,
I don't
strong
mean
women.
Yeah, just like people that think she could fucking stop a truck. You know what I mean? And I'm looking at that and think, well, you need to use that and use it carefully because, you know, you might have turned Big Show into a joke, but you've got people like Big Cass and Strowman and Lesnar still.
Yeah.
But with the women... Not so much. You make that person a joke, and you don't have that big, heavy-set person
Yeah.
That looks dominating no matter who they take on.
With what's going on, I think Asuka wins the belt. I think either if she was going to win it at WrestleMania, either the following SummerSlam or even Survivor Series, if you want to have it quite long. It should be someone, I think, someone from NXT when they come up. There's that Kairi Sane who won the Mae Young Classic, and I know it's because it should be strong style Japan versus Japan, but they would tear each other apart, and it would be believable.
Yeah, it's true.
Or because I'm guessing she'll be in the company at the time, Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, maybe Ronda.
Or the other UFC chick.
But there's also Paige to consider as well, because she's coming back soon. But again, they haven't specifically said where she's going.
I think she would do better on SmackDown.
Yeah, me too. I agree.
So, but yeah, I mean, again, the women's title match went bad.
It was a predictable ending.
Yeah, it was just your standard match. What other match did we have? Oh, the crew Enzo.
Oh God. I need to rant about this. Fuck me.
Well, I'm glad he's gone heel. That's all I'm going to say.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm glad he's gone heel because that's fine because he's got that kind of attitude backstage and people aren't happy with
the
that.
arrogance. And stuff.
But I suppose that works. What I don't like is the fact that Neville has been so consistent, so great, held that fucking division up, and he has been the king of the cruiserweights.
Yeah.
And then when they look back at this, how are they going to describe? Oh, he lost to a kick to the bollocks and a roll up.
Yeah.
And that's like, are you fucking kidding me? It's like you should have one big proper loss. So then he kind of goes, all right, you fucking got me. With that, it's just like, bollocks! Rubbish! You just fucking kicked me in the bollocks and rolled me up. It's just a shit way to end his reign. And the fact that he went out the following night and beat the shit into Enzo, that means he ends the clause of him being able to compete.
I kind of liked it to the point of, like, it was unexpected.
It's annoying that, I know he's going here, but it's annoying the fact that the Cruiserweight champion is a person that is not a good wrestler.
Well, I think this is why they're doing it. I mean...
I know.
Neville...
but it's insulting, in my opinion.
The fact that Neville attacked Enzo was... I kind of like... Because it's like... It was the unexpected. You expect people to he can't touch him. And, oh, fuck, he has. He just snapped. Because I did like the fact...
Every Cruiserweight beat shit.
Well, when he came out that week where he just looked like black eyes and all that, it's like, it looks like you haven't slept in ages, Neville. Thinking, right, if this was a week on, I could believe it. But he only lost it like 24 hours ago. He's not going to look that tired, you know. And I get with what they're doing with like throwing him in the main event slot, they're trying to make the cruiserweight division more relevant, not with just 205. Now they're doing the right thing of going, you're going to hate Enzo that much, and the division's going to be against all of the divisions to be against him. That when he loses the belt, you want to be happy that he's lost the belt.
True.
But you don't. The wrong thing they're doing is like, yes, you're making the division relevant, but the individuals in that division are beginning to look like idiots because Enzo is nailing them to the wall. If you want to build up these characters, don't have them nailed. I mean, they've already got Neville, Kalisto they're trying with, but again, you get the rest of the division, like TJ and Brian Kendrick and all that, they're just going to be saying like, so what? What are we doing here?
Yeah.
I mean, TJ's held it, Kendrick's held it, Rich Swan's held it. Jack Gallagher had a lot of promise.
Yeah, they just kind of dropped him as well.
Yeah, and then there's like weird shit going on with Drew Gulak, and then the rest is like I think the only one that I can think of now is Grand Metalik, and I can name the rest off the top of my head now. Oh no, I'm down. Yeah, but the rest I couldn't name off the top of my head.
No.
And they're all good wrestlers, but they haven't had the chance to properly shine their characters because 205 don't count as shining character. You need the flagships like Raw and SmackDown to do it, and not just one match at a pay-per-view. Because you can't talk at a pay-per-view.
Yeah, no. Yeah, exactly.
So...
Yeah, but anyway, let's move to the main event.
Right.
Now, it was
exciting when it started.
Yeah, it was good at the start, and then in the last 5-6 minutes, it just kind of levelled off, and then it was 1 F5, good night.
Well, was that it?
It's like, are you fucking kidding me? It's like, I could have gone for another 6 minutes there.
Yeah.
Really fucking gone for it, and maybe give him 2 to 3 F5s. This is Braun fucking Strowman. You're meant to build him up as this fucking unstoppable
It's almost crushed him. Almost stopped his momentum.
It has.
Dead.
It's just like, 1 F5, that's it.
Yeah.
1 F5, and that's it, good night. No. And then you getting fucking Reigns kicking out of fucking double AAs and AAs off the fucking top row.
Yeah.
And yet he's going down to 1 F5. Are you fucking out of your mind?
You've almost done a connection there, which is apparently this is what's going to happen. Also, quickly over Finn Bray Wyatt. To me,
Finn Bray
was
Wyatt.
just it's like here, have a SummerSlam rematch treat.
It was the best match they've had.
It was better than SummerSlam.
I enjoyed SummerSlam, but this was a better match.
I'll go back to that because I have a little bit to say to that. But with what's allegedly going to happen of why Braun went down to 1F5. Apparently now, I don't think Lesnar's back to January now, Vince wants every opponent Lesnar has now to fall to 1F5. So when he fights Roman at WrestleMania, when Roman kicks out, it's going to be oh my god, no, it won't.
No, it won't.
Because
everyone's just going to go, fuck you.
Yeah, it's just going to be, there'll either be no reaction or like, well, we saw that coming.
Well, yeah.
And he's done it before at WrestleMania 31. It's not been that long ago that he kicked out of like 3 or 4
This is probably one of the main problems that the writers and Vince have, is the fact that they tried to act like certain things never happened. It's like, oh, well, that was a few years ago, don't forget about that. How will we forget about it? Everything's on the network.
Yeah.
We can watch it whenever the fuck we want. We have memories. We know what shit happens. We know what storylines have happened in the past. What makes you think we're that fucking stupid and gullible that we think, oh, that's never happened before, when it's literally happened 3 years ago?
If you want
it's mental.
to do something new, I know it's very hard considering we want to see Raw first aired in like 96 or something like that. So it's been going on a long time, and I get that it's hard to come up with original ideas because pretty much everything's been done, and you got the rating thing as well. But if I were them, I'd be like, right, either we go way back, and reset a storyline that people will forget, not just from like 3 years ago, that they have probably forgotten, or look at the Nitro stuff and go, right, this didn't work because of that reason. So just correct their mistakes and make that storyline good. Or you've got Paul Heyman there. Go to Paul Heyman and go, right, this storyline you did in ECW, either we want to use it, can we? What went wrong with it? Can we make it better? Or what ideas have you got? Because you've got a great mind in Paul Heyman there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or do what Miz is doing, because they are, and what's going on with Ento. Have the line between kayfabe and reality there. Make the storylines actual person, because people know what's going on backstage.
Yeah, and that's the thing, that they're trying to get into this reality type thing where they're blurring lines between real life and the wrestling world. Yeah, again, on the same breath, they're trying to act like certain things didn't happen, or you've got a fucking shit memory.
Yeah.
So no, it's like we're not idiots.
But yeah, this is why the Jason Jordan Kurt angle run on isn't working.
Yeah,
because we genuinely know they're not father and son.
Yeah, everyone knows that.
Yeah.
We know it doesn't work in this current climate of wrestling.
No.
It just doesn't.
It worked back in the day. I mean, I think my brother actually said this. He goes, when Kane was introduced as Undertaker's brother, it was jackpot. Hit the jackpot, because it was that time and era, and also it's like, because of what Undertaker's stature was at this point, when Kane first appeared, it's like, right, he's a monster, he's related to Taker, and the only person that could genuinely probably step up to him after all this time. And obviously they rolled with it. They were tag teams and had rivalries for the last few years. It worked. If someone was introduced now, like if Finn Balor was like, that's my brother, I think we'd be like, nah, that ain't working.
Don't buy it.
The only time I think it would work is if Paige's brother got hired, because you could go again with that storyline of that's blurring the lines with reality. Is that all Paige's brother wanted to do since he was like a 6-year-old kid was want to be a wrestler. Paige didn't get into it till she's like 14, and yet she gets the contract first. So to give that, they can either team up as a family or to have that little rivalry between brother and sister of like, how dare you take my dream before me and act like you've wanted to do this all your life when I have. You've got a storyline in there.
Yeah.
Obviously, they can't do it now because he's not there. But with the Brave Wyatt Finn thing, I at the time I did want the rivalry to end, and it maybe should have at No Mercy, because I thought, well, I wanted Bray to win because I thought, well, give him victory. But now it's like, right, the Demon's beat him, the Man's beat him, job done.
Yeah, it's nothing left.
Until he did that Sister Abigail thing.
Yeah,
that freaked me the fuck out.
I was like, that was creepy.
That was the first.
Demon says there, that's different.
Yeah, because
that was a little bit different there.
It's been making Bray relevant again. Because he's beginning to get stale, but the promo came up, he's back with the wheelchair, which I like. Rocking chair. He's not Professor X.
Just see him wheeling down.
Like Stephen Hawking.
Just see that white glow just go straight
Shaven head, Professor X, there you go. Yeah, back in the rocking chair, and he's got kind of doing the nuts thing of like, just going, she never lied to me, you did. And then that leaning forward, how he... Because I couldn't figure it out. I was like, is it him in the veil?
Yeah.
Is it somebody else?
I couldn't make it up.
But because First, listen, when he leant in and said Abigail is alive, I just thought it as the whole, her spirit's alive, she lives through him. Then, as the transformation thing happened, you heard a woman laughing. It's like, is she genuinely alive?
Yeah.
Are we going to see Abigail? And I hope it isn't the rumour of it being Paige, because it won't work.
What? Is that a rumour?
Yeah. It wouldn't work with Paige. It wouldn't work. Maybe they've got a woman from who was in the Mae Young Classic. I don't know. But it's made it a bit more interesting.
Yeah.
But it does mean we're probably going to get another match with them. It should be good because it'll be at the TLC pay-per-view. So it'll probably be one of the table or TLC match. But I think Bray should win.
Yeah.
He's already took 2 pay-per-view losses. It's time for Bray to win. And hopefully we see the return of Harper and Roman with him.
Hopefully.
So we'll see what happens.
A lacklustre pay-per-view.
Yeah, I think it's the worst they've had since maybe... I don't know. I'll probably put it at the same par as Battleground. So yeah, it's gone good, bad, good, bad.
It's up and down all year.
So hopefully, Hell in a Cell this weekend should be amazing.
I mean, Raw wise and SmackDown wise, I can see what they're doing straight away. They're going to have Reigns take the IC title off the Miz. It's just going to happen, isn't it? It's because they wanted to be the Grand Slam champion.
Isn't it the Shield reunion?
The big rumour is that they're reuniting to go against Miz and the Miztourage, but they said that isn't finalised. And then obviously from what's happened this week, the strong rumour is it might be Miz and Sheamus and Cesaro versus the Shield. But apparently it's not going to be a permanent reunion. Apparently it's going to be a one-off thing.
I think I'm okay with that.
I'm not. I'm not okay with that. It's too premature to just say, oh, well, it's down to money. It's down to, oh, well, we need a big thing here, so let's have the Shield reunite against 3 people. No, you need the Shield literally to the point where you're like, right, we need a faction back here because there is another faction running amok. And these guys aren't running amok. They've kind of teamed up because these two had 2 separate rivals and they're putting it together. I don't agree with that. When you're getting that Shield back together and everybody's climbing for it and clamouring for it, you want it to stay there. You don't want to, Shield's back and Shield's gone. You don't want that. You want the Shield are back and they're going to fucking destroy everyone. And that's what I want.
I agree with what you're saying. A stable does need to run amok for them to come back because that would make perfect sense for the Hounds of Justice. We're here to stop you. It kind of fell flat with Evolution, but it was because everyone seemed to... It was pretty much the world versus Batista at that point, and everyone was a bit depressed what happened with Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
What would make perfect sense, so it wouldn't officially be a Shield reunion, would be save for Survivor Series, because you'll have 5 people on one side then. By all means, have Dean, Seth and Roman on the same team, but the fact there's another 2 on that team doesn't mean they're the Shield. Yeah. It just so happens to be on the same team. If they really want to do this one-night Shield reunion thing, they're doing that. I think it's going to be a network special. The Starcade thing.
Yeah.
Do it there. Because if it's a network special, it's like, okay, it's a special occasion, one night only.
Yeah.
So, I don't really want to see no Shield thing at TLC.
Plus, I know they're going to do it anyway, so it's pointless me saying I don't want it, but they're going to take the IC title away from the Miz, and I think it's a big mistake. Because, again, it's going to be Roman going over, and then suddenly, well, what do you do with Miz? Where does he go from here?
Hopefully.
Because he's fucking holding that title. And again, I guarantee that Reigns, as soon as he's got that title in hand, he'll treat it just like the US title. Demotion. Exactly the way that Cena was saying it to him. That's exactly what it'll be. It'll be a demotion. It'll be him holding it until he randomly loses at one point before he goes for fucking Brock.
Hopefully, he'd prove us wrong, because maybe it'd be the whole, the Universal title isn't going to be on the show for a while, so pretty much the IC title is the big belt at the minute. Put it on what we want to be a big guy. If it works, hopefully they'll go, alright, scrap the Universal thing with Lesnar in here, because I know it's wishful thinking.
It's not going to happen, is it?
It's working with the IC belt with him. But what I'd like is, if you want to do the Shield thing at TLC, then whatever. Have maybe Reigns, Miz for the IC title either on Raw or maybe Survivor Series, but it's probably more likely to be part of an elimination match. Reigns wins. Have Miz have his rematch, but Miz wins the Royal Rumble. So at least he's not just going from IC to nothing. It means I might not have the IC title, but I'm going to the main event of WrestleMania. Because I think it's time now. And I know it kind of means, Miz, Lesnar and all that. what would be awesome is if he decided to jump shows and went for the WWE title.
Take it off Jinder.
Well, I don't know. It means Miz's face.
Speaking of that, moving to SmackDown.
Yeah, but also because he can have AJ Shinsuke not for the belt. It'd be great if it was for the belt, but yeah. To SmackDown, Kevin.
This is the thing. It's like the main feud is meant to be the WWE Championship.
No one cares.
No one cares. And this is Nakamura. This is someone that everybody loves, and he's in the match.
Yeah.
You know, it's don't care because Jinder's not a believable champion. I don't care about him, and they're doing too much of getting Nakamura to talk in interviews and shit.
Yeah.
It's like he's not a good talker, so don't do it.
Yeah.
And the big match, the main event, is Kevin versus Shane.
Yeah.
They've been fucking carrying that show for the last few weeks.
Kevin...
and New Day and Usos. I mean, first time doing a Hell in a Cell was
that would be awesome.
It's going to be great.
That'd be
and
awesome.
those guys have just got incredible chemistry.
I mean...
the fact that those two are the Hell in a Cell matches and the WWE Championship isn't a Hell in a Cell match.
Well, that concerns me. Because it's like, right, so the Singh brothers can just waltz in whenever they want.
It'll be the same thing as same result.
There was the nut heard around the world when Kevin nutted Vince, and the instant blood as well. Like,
apparently Vince bladed himself.
That's what I heard, which is a bit hypocritical.
Yeah,
but there
exactly.
you go.
It was like, well, not Vince.
Apparently it was a blade and a bit of makeup, and then
you could tell the way it was
that hole.
You could tell the way it was bleeding because it was kind of patchy. If he'd have cracked his head open, like split it, it'd have pissed straight down straight away. But he didn't. It went all kind of blotchy first before it started to drip. So you could tell that it was basically just reopening a new wound.
Yeah, I mean. It worked, and
don't get me wrong.
I'm so looking forward
ready
to it.
for it.
Yeah,
I'm so ready because Kevin is just on fucking fire.
What I would love is for him. I'm surprised they didn't do. Is maybe they'll do it at Survivor Series because it wouldn't surprise me if there's Team Kevin versus Team Shane at Survivor Series.
Yeah, it makes sense.
If they put Shane's commissioner thing on the line and Kevin wins. So for a few weeks, it's the Kevin Owens show.
And he's in charge.
But he said when he was in charge, he'd have Byron and whoever the other guy is, Justin or something, in the same suit.
Yeah.
I was like, if that happened, imagine goes to commentary.
The only problem we got is Sammy gets fired.
Oh, fuck, yeah, well...
But saying that, no, you can get him fired. You can go off for a few weeks, and then whoever takes over from Kevin afterwards, obviously if Shane comes back or someone else takes over, they could build it into a storyline. Just like, remember that guy you fired? And then he comes in and wrecks house.
Either that, or even though the only way it would work, I suppose, is if Sammy turned heel at Survivor Series, joined Kevin's team, and they were together again, but both as bad guys.
Yeah.
But I don't know if Sammy could do it.
I can't see him as a heel. At
least it'd make him a bit more relevant. With the Jinder Shinsuke thing, it's got to the point. Do you remember when we were watching WrestleMania 30? There was Batista, Orton, and Daniel Bryan, and it was to the point. It was that concern of like, are they not going to do this for him? So it was an edgy. It was great. This is what you want from wrestling. You invest in the entire match, you edge your seat. And then the huge pop. It's got to the point with Jinder being champion that the only pop you'll get is at the end if Shinsuke wins. For the rest of the match, you'll be like, it's crap. And it won't be a 3. It'll be a, thank God.
Yeah, thank God. Yeah.
Because it'll mean like, Shinsuke's champ, he's deserving it, and the next week on SmackDown's like, WWE title's relevant again. Instantly. Jinder can fuck off. Keep the Singh brothers, put them in the tag division, that'd be amazing. But Jinder I couldn't care less about.
Yeah.
So, no offence to you, Jinder, because everyone's going, he's a nice guy in real life. He probably is. I'm not saying he isn't.
But he's not championship material. Not yet, anyway.
No.
You need to build him for at least a year.
Yeah, you should have thrown the Intercontinental US belt on him first.
Yeah.
If you wanted to make it really powerful, have him hold the US belt and the Singh brothers hold the tag title belts. It makes them relevant and puts them in that build-up division, but don't throw the WWE title. Don't put the most prestigious belt, supposedly in the company, on him straight away, because now it's pretty much like holding a replica toy.
Yeah, it really is.
So, yeah, I think that pretty much covers our rant.
Pretty much it for us, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, I'm looking forward to Hell in a Cell. I am looking forward to it. I mean, it's mainly for those two matches, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, the Cell always promise is 80% of the time the Cell matches are great. So there's only been a couple where it's gone like, is that it?
Yeah.
So should be good.
Yeah. All right. So last few things for questions.
Okay.
The Han Solo movie.
I've seen some updates.
Yeah. The directors teased the Kessel Run.
Ron Howard.
Yeah.
Right. What, actually being in the movie?
Yes.
Right, okay. I mean,
I kind of assumed that was probably going to be the case anyway, because everybody's just like, it's that infamous thing. It's like, what's the Kessel Run? We hear so much about it, but we don't know what the fuck it is.
Yeah.
And it's just like, yeah, I don't mind seeing it. It's not one of those things where it's not like the origin of Yoda or the origin of the Joker or something where I don't want or need to see it. It's kind of like Kessel Run's like, it's intriguing. It's not going to wreck the character in any way, so I'm kind of up for seeing it.
The way I see it, it's going to be like, because he always brags of how fast he did it. It's like, right, he's either going to activate Lightspeed within Lightspeed or something like that. But I see it being how similar to, you remember in Guardians 2 where Rocket Raccoon just ports and their face
that's fucking hilarious.
I see him doing it that, but with trying to give it a more tense thing. So it should work. I've heard a lot about the young Lando with Daniel Glover.
Yeah,
and it's
he looks good.
He does look good.
As a young Lando.
So I mean, it's hard to get excited about the Han Solo movie when we're so close to episode 9 now.
Yeah, I know it's
8,
difficult.
sorry.
I think once we see a trailer or a teaser, then we'll be invested.
It would make sense to me. I don't know why they didn't do it from the start. Is that when the Star Wars movie comes out, you make sure the trailer for the next year's one is released at the same time before the film.
Yeah, so you get to see it before.
Yeah, you got the teaser for the next one while you're watching the new one.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, should be good.
They released 5 new Justice League posters as well. Do you see them? The really colourful ones. Just the side profile of the 5 characters.
Yes, I have seen them, yeah.
I thought they looked pretty good. They're sticking with this bold colour type thing, which I'm glad they're doing because I don't want it to be all dark and gritty. I like that. It's a comic book film, make it bright and colourful.
Yeah, of course you should.
They're still trying... I think it always makes me laugh with all the promotional material, they're still trying to play off that Superman is definitely still dead and going to be dead forever. It's like, it's rubbish. We know he's coming back. Of course he is. It's Superman. It's fucking Justice League. You don't have the Justice League without Superman. Of course you don't.
Yeah, I mean, you can eat... By all means, have Justice League without the Green Lantern.
But the thing, you can't. Again, you can't use all the same bullets in one gun. You know, I mean, you've got and I think keeping Green Lantern until a later period is definitely a good idea.
But it's simple, it's basics. It's basics, basically. That works. You can't have The Simpsons without Homer. You can't have Family Guy without Peter. You can't have South Park without Cartman. It's the same with this. You can't have the Justice League without Superman. It just wouldn't make it. Otherwise, you just got the Bat League. Or the Wonder League or some shit. I don't know. But, yeah, we'll see what they cook on.
Right. It's kind of back to wrestling a little bit. And to me, this is classic Vince McMahon and how stupid and delusional and senile that he is. And it's laughable. It really is laughable. They're on about doing a Vince McMahon biopic film, WWE films, but they're trying to get I think TriStar or Lionsgate or something like that to do co thing, and they're on about doing it, and it's going to be back when he first takes over the company and makes the Attitude Era. It's going to be all raced around that.
Okay.
The thing that's laughable is that he wants Bradley Cooper to play him. I was just like, you do realise Bradley Cooper is good looking. Right?
Yeah.
It's like you really have such a high opinion of yourself that you think a star like Bradley fucking Cooper can play you.
I'll tell you who...
It's just laughable.
I'll tell you who could play. I mean, at first I was thinking you were going to go with the rise of the WWE, which kind of is. Because I thought it might go with till end with the first WrestleMania or something like that. But a permanent actor, if they're going to do this, for me, would be J.K. Simmons. I think he'd nail Vince McMahon.
Fucking
absolutely
awesome.
Nail it.
That would be great.
Because he would kind of be. Have you know that film Whiplash?
Yeah.
The character. I've only seen little bits of it.
But you see,
the character is in that. Cross it over with how he did J. Jonah Jameson. You got Vince.
You got Vince, yeah, absolutely. But I don't deny that Bradley Cooper couldn't do a good role. I'm not saying that.
He could be Shane.
It's Shane. I mean, but it's just laughable that Vince is like, well, it's me. I'm clearly good looking, so let's get a good looking person. Bradley Cooper, he's good looking.
He's kind of always looked old.
Yeah,
always.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he's always looked old. Yeah, he's never looked 25 ever.
I mean, the three things I want to quickly throw out there, which I've just remembered. Two are horror based, so it probably won't be your thing. But for listeners, they've confirmed It Chapter 2. Because it's done
so well.
Yeah, it's like one of the biggest grossing horror movies ever. All time. Yeah. So, and they've already confirmed it for next September.
They're getting on production straight away.
Yeah, because if they went with how it actually goes, it resurfaces every 27 years. They can't wait 27 years. So they've done the kids version. They're now going to do the kids when they're grown up 27 years later, and it returns. And they've already got the kids have already said who they want to play them, and they've got I can't remember one of the guys from Hot Rod now, the one who takes acid. That I forget his name. Jake Gyllenhaal, I think, is lined up for it. All these other guys. Jigsaw's coming out soon, and there's a lot of buzz about that. But what I found out today is they were keeping quite hush-hush, but they kind of confirmed it. Well, I had to now, because at the New York, what is it, stock market, the bell ring thing where they say it's now open. The guy who played Jigsaw in the original Saw films did it. So it pretty much confirms he's returned to the film. I mean, they didn't even put him in the actor credits. They were keeping that hush-hush for a while. But it's like, if he's there, he's in the film. Yeah. So, yeah. And the other thing is, another wrestling thing, Lucha Underground, just watch it. It is absolutely amazing. They on season 3, they only do 4 to 6 episodes a season. But you can see why, because the calibre of matches they do. My brother showed me this one where, obviously because it's Lucha, everything's named a little bit differently. But their version of 3 Stages of Hell, first fall was a first blood match, I'll put it that way. Second was no DQ, third was an ambulance match. And my God, even if they finished at the first fall, I would have gone satisfied. There was glass, there was just high risks, there was just, oh my God.
Sounding great.
Barbed wire, but not that thin barbed wire, I'm talking the chunky, jagged shit. Because I've always laughed, joked about that. I go back first on the thumbtacks. And if it got to the point of doing it for charity, I would. But watching what they were doing, I was like, there's not enough money in the world.
Maybe do it.
Yeah. And at one point, the guy who went through the sheet of glass back first, his back was just covered in blood and scratches from barbed wire. Glass was still in there. And he's still taking body slams and all that and being thrown onto the floor. And you're thinking, it's just pressing glass further into the back.
It's embedding it in the skin.
After that, every move that happens, you're like, oh God! I'll have to find the match for you.
Yeah, send the link.
Listeners, just try and find it for yourself. Just put in Lucha Underground Season 3, it'll come up. So, yeah.
And then the final one, did you see the first look of the Wasp?
I didn't.
You know?
No, I didn't know.
They've got a first look of the way on set. It's similar to the costume.
Oh, I thought you meant a trailer.
No.
Okay.
It's like a first look at image-wise.
Right.
You saw the end credits here.
Yeah.
The suit's pretty much the same, except she's got a helmet on as well now.
Right.
And it looks pretty good. I mean, I can't really complain.
So is the film called The Wasp or Ant-Man and the Wasp?
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Right, okay, so it is a sequel to Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Basically. Okay, that sounds good. I enjoyed Ant-Man. So.
Yeah, I did as well. It was a nice charming little film. And
it shouldn't have worked with the title, but it
that's the thing, you look at it, when it was first announced, it was like, I think this might be Marvel's first flop. And you watch it and go, no, they've still got it. They've nailed a fucking character that shouldn't have worked.
When you look at Civil War as well, in that fight scene in the airport, Ant-Man was the best one. He was kicking everyone's ass.
So you became Giant Man, you're like, you say this is what Spider-Man said, you go, holy shit.
Yeah. He's like, it worked. Great.
It was good.
Let's finish this up.
2 questions. Are you ready?
Yes.
3, 2, 1. Questions.
Mr. Josh. I mixed it up a little.
Sorry, we had a transvestite in the room.
Well, you can leave.
I will admit it.
Yeah, right.
Get the questions out of the way.
Yeah, all right.
Alright, question 1 from Dark Legend V1. What's your perfect lads' night?
Okay, 1 or 2. Glasgow. Night out in Glasgow with the boys. Going to the cat house and stuff.
I would like to give that a go soon.
Or WrestleMania. If I went WrestleMania with all my friends,
yeah, that's true.
There's the dream.
Well, maybe 1 year, hopefully.
Maybe 1 year.
Alright, question 2. Mickey asks, if you could...
That's my phone. Yeah, a little bit.
If you could only purchase 1 game this winter, what would it be?
See, I was talking
there's a reasonable amount coming out this
Well, I was talking to a guy at work about this, who, incidentally, his mate from... he's a welder, and with the scrap metal, he makes Star Wars models. Just so you know. He made an X-Wing, and he threw a ball bearing right at the top, so you got R2. It worked. But anyway, we were talking about the games, and the only 3 that came to mind, 4 actually. Sorry, you always got the new WWE game. South Park Fractured Butthole is coming out.
Yeah.
You got Call of Duty World War 2 and Star Wars Battlefront 2.
And then you got Assassin's Creed Origins as well.
Yeah, but I'm so behind on that.
Yeah, it's true.
I've still got
So
Unity.
you get to pick one out of them then, which would, if you could only purchase one.
Oh man.
One's an easy one, but
Yeah. If I had to pick, I'm going to go with South Park purely because Call of Duty lost it a little bit for me. Star Wars should be good, but despite all the new good stuff, it's still going to be quite similar to the first, premise-wise, I suppose. South Park has been postponed a year. So it was meant to come out last Christmas. It's now coming out this Christmas. Yeah. So it's like, right, I'm waiting for it. And the first one was not just great, but hilarious. So, and I've really got into South Park recently. So, yeah, I think that'll be good. Yeah.
Right, last question then. The Kingslayer asks...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Ooh, Kingslayer.
Oh, you're right.
I am not. You bumder.
Okay. Well.
Who is the right person to face Balor at Mania? Not necessarily the person you want, but the right person.
Well, I'm guessing that if he's going to be at Mania, he's going to be the Demon. He's got to be the Demon.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a given, isn't it? If they don't do that, they're fucking idiots.
I don't know. I mean, as much as I'm not saying I don't want this other match to happen. I'm just thinking perfect opponent for him is AJ Styles. I know it would counteract AJ Shinsuke, but I mean, did you say this WrestleMania or just any WrestleMania?
It just said Mania.
Right.
So
Okay, well, at one point at WrestleMania, I think we should have Finn Balor versus AJ Styles.
Yeah.
I think I would nearly went with Lesnar purely for the Beast Demon thing, and Finn does need a Universal title rematch. But again, that would mean this year, and it would cancel out Roman Reigns. The only other person I think of, as long as it was like hardcore rules, is Dean Ambrose. Because I just think, with how much passion they both have for,
actually, I can see that.
For the business, and they'd want to steal the show. So to have, not only just have that drive to steal the show, but throwing hardcore rules there and going, like, what can we play with?
That'd be good.
I think they do really well. Or even Shane. I think Shane's proven he can hang with them.
Yeah,
so, but yeah, I'll stick with AJ.
Cool. Right, well, that's it.
That's about that. Just over an hour. That's a short one.
That's a shorter one for a change.
So, yeah.
Well, not as much has happened this month, I don't think. But
yeah, it would have been shorter.
One less pay-per-view.
Yeah, it would have been shorter if people didn't die.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, cheers for listening.
Yeah, like, subscribe. We'll be back in a month's time
for Hell in a Cell and TLC.
Yeah, Hell in a Cell and TLC. So hopefully both of those will go down really well.
Yeah, but when you think about it,
positive.
One month to have those two kind of pay-per-views
big.
Both just destructive pay-per-views. If they fuck up, there's something wrong.
Something going seriously wrong.
Oh, yeah, just news for you and for people who don't know. The next NXT TakeOver pay-per-view, which should be before Survivor Series, is called War Games. And War Games was...
WCW, wasn't it?
It was where... I don't know if they're going to adopt it for NXT, but it used to be 2 rings in 1 cage.
Oh, yeah.
If they do that, wow. Whoa. And I could see the new... that Adam Cole and they're now calling themselves the Undisputed Evolution. Yeah. If you throw them with 2 others against Drew McIntyre and Sanity,
that'd be awesome.
It's going to be amazing. Anyway,
we'll see you in a month.
Bye.